What's up, friends? Welcome back to my channel. Hi if you're new here. Hi if you're not. My name is Danielle. I make content here on YouTube talking about scams, predatory behavior practices, things people are saying in the life, spiritual, and business coaching spaces. Today, we are here to read a few scam story submissions. It has been literal months since we've done this together. So if you have a scam story that you want me to read out here on my channel and you're not down to come out for a full-blown interview, that's okay. You can send your story to me and I will read it for the class. The form to share your stories is linked in the description if you're interested. Big shout out to my channel VIP members before we get started, as well as Harrison, Tom, and Suzanne in the billionaire tier. Be sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, etc. Let's go ahead and jump right in. Okay, so first story reads, there is an online dating course by Jane Doe. She herself has a great story of how she found love online dating back in the 90s. After working on herself, met her husband, and has been married 20 years. Her advice with her husband's is phenomenal. I must say, helped me. I joined her low tier course, which was a 3-month, twice-a-week Zoom call with her, I emphasize, with Jane herself because of more info to come, plus 4 private 30-minute sessions with an actual therapist and 1 private session with Jane herself. It was priced at $8,000 for the entire thing. Was it worth it? I think so. It was good advice. Did I date successfully at the end of the time? No. So the final private session is an upsell, asking you to join her mid-tier program called the Sisterhood of Self-Actualized Women. It was a $3,000 commitment for 6 months. It was her husband, and a licensed therapist with meetings once a week. Okay, hold on. So you paid... Okay, she paid $8,000 for a 3-month, twice-a-week Zoom call, plus 4 sessions with a therapist, and then 1 private session with Jane, and then Jane upsold her into the other program. This one's only $3,000 for 6 months, but it was a once-a-week meeting with the therapist and the husband and the lady. The topic was supposed to be outside of dating, but soon it appeared to just be dating 101 again, since all participants came from her low-tier dating course. I asked to leave. On the call with her, I said, why just fluffy dating advice, asking for help on text? I wanted more content outside of dating. So she offered me another option, a year-long mastermind option. It was $20,000 for the year. $20,000. I said no. Fast forward a year later, her business has changed. She and her husband are truly the gold for dating and marriage advice, but now they only do the mastermind. They hired single and actively dating women to lead the low tier and mid tier stuff, to give advice on dating and men when they themselves are not even in a relationship. No actual certifications, nothing. And yet they charge probably even more. And I know women, smart professional women who want love, who have done all 3, the low tier, the mid tier, and the freaking mastermind, and are still single after all that time and money, like $30,000 of investments. Okay, I would be curious to know what the promise is of these programs. Also, I'm still confused why the low tier offer costs more than the mid tier offer. But anyway, what is the outcome? Like, if I'm being sold this program, what are they promising that they can do for me? You know what? I'm going to look it up. I'm going to look up this program and see what the outcome is. Okay, so on the sales page here, it reads that this is a deeply transformational experience where I walk you through my signature rituals and processes to help you remove your deepest blocks and barriers to love. And so there is phrases like, this could be you. All of these women found true love and their journey began by watching the free 45-minute presentation. So it's like not explicitly saying sign up for my program and you're going to find love, but also explicitly saying
these people found love, so maybe you could too.
And then even further down on the page, it does say the reason you haven't found true love is not because there's anything wrong with you. It's because until right now, you haven't had the right roadmap to get you there. For nearly 20 years, thousands of women have found true love using the same methods I'm going to teach you. The problem with most other courses is that they give you dating strategies. I give you the solution. So in my opinion, it's much like we see in the business coaching space of like, I grew my business to $50,000 in 6 months, or my client grew their business to $50,000 in 6 months. It's like, while you might not explicitly be saying, and you can do it too, you're still basically saying that in the way that you're wording this. So preying on the vulnerabilities of lonely and single women. We hate that here. Really, really awful, really predatory, especially when apparently this woman has been married for 20 years. So what are you even going to teach me about dating when you've been married for so long? I mean, I haven't actively dated anyone in like 8 years, which is less than half of 20. And even I wouldn't be able to give advice on how to date people because I literally don't know. It's been so long. So that in itself to me is like a red flag. But I'm really sorry that this happened to you and that your friend got sucked into it. Like, these people suck. Okay, let's get into the next story. It says, I bought an online course to feel more confident with money from a very popular, top of the food chain now, multi-million-dollar coach. I'll call her Shelby. Eventually, I started to think about becoming a coach. I know, surprise, surprise, buying a learning how to coach course from the megastar coach named Shelby. I was not successful. In fact, my family and friends were tired/worried of me talking about this coach. Although I never worked with her one-on-one, needless to say, I was obsessed, in a trance. One friend said this coach was selling snake oil. I thought they didn't know what they were talking about. One day, I heard her mention her mentor. I thought, why not go directly to the source? Go a step level higher than the highest coach. Maybe that's what I was doing wrong. That's when things got from bad to worse. You know, this is interesting. This is something that people talk about in MLM. I've seen people talk about it in the context of coaching, specifically in the like coaches coaching other coaches to coach coaches sort of niche of coaching, if you will, is when we're constantly recruiting more people into the same business model as us. So whether that's MLM, whether that's coaching, are we not just creating more competition for ourselves? Like if I'm a coach and I recruit you to train you to become a coach, chances are you're going to be coaching in a relatively similar niche to me because you're just going to do whatever I tell you to do. Now, we're out here and we're advertising our coaching services. What's going to stop, Jane Doe down the street from hiring you as her coach versus hiring me when presumably like your prices are lower than mine? So anyway, I know this is the opposite. She's saying she hired the mentor, but that could be the thing too. Like if Jane finds you, I've trained you as a coach, you're working on getting Jane to buy your program, but then Jane discovers that I'm your coach. Well, she's just going to come to me because I'm more experienced, right? Like we're all just creating competition for ourselves. It doesn't make any sense. Okay. This spiritual mentor/healer was known to clean energetic containers for Shelby. They've done interviews together on Instagram. I Googled her, found her email address, and emailed her about how I was blocked in my business and personal life. And if she helped Shelby, then I'm more than willing to pay to be happy and successful. This spiritual mentor, let's call her Sally, she responded to my email. She set the precedent that she's ultra sensitive and cannot be contacted at a whim. I post my email publicly, but just please don't email me because I'm just not energetically aligned with answering emails unless I initiate the email chain, okay? I would like to respond that to all the people that cold message me their YouTube SEO services every day. Okay, so she set the precedent that she's ultra sensitive, can't be contacted at a whim, and she'll reach out. She set clear boundaries. I thought this was strange and rude, but I admired her clarity and confidence, two things I didn't have. I was already learning, and Sally seemed more affordable and available than Shelby, whose one-on-one containers are in the $100,000 range, I believe. It started on email and eventually moved to text, ended in a hellish in-person retreat. She would text, I can feel you. You're blocked in the heart. I'm doing a group cleaning. Send me 111 or 333 or 888, always with the angel numbers. In total, I lost/spent $20,000. This sounds eerily similar to last week's video where we talked about constantly being sold on upgrades in terms of prices. I hate it here. After meeting this witch in person, I realized what a terrifying human she was and decided to never get in touch with her and blocked her from everywhere. It was the scariest experience of my life, emotionally, spiritually, and financially. I want nothing to do with energy healers, spiritual gurus, and coaches. Not the bad ones, at least. Oh my God. I am so sorry. If you're watching this video, I'm really sorry that you had this experience. I hope that you have been able to find the help that you need to recover from that because presumably, and as you indicated, I'm sure that there are some things that you'll need to work through. It's really just so disgusting to me that these people, whether they're doing it knowingly or unknowingly, are taking advantage of people in vulnerable positions. This individual stated that they were just looking to feel more confident, and instead you end up in this situation where
I have the secret answer you need. Just send me 111-333-888 and I'll clear the energy for you.
like it's so manipulative, and I'm just glad to hear that you got out of it. You were able to see the light, for lack of a better term, and get yourself out of that situation because who knows how far you could have gone had you not sort of woken up to what was happening. Okay, last story. This one says, I had signed up for my first course ever with this one coach. It was about how to utilize social media marketing, specifically Instagram, for your business. And the course included monthly phone calls. As I was signing up, it said, do you want to include the phone call with coach's name? That's what it said verbatim, and it just had a checkbox next to it and a place for you to put your phone number if you checked it. There was no price listed next to it, and my subtotal didn't change at the end of the checkout. There was absolutely zero indication that this was an additional service for an additional cost. I thought they just needed my approval to get my phone number because of a privacy law or something. The checkout page listed my total as $27. It was a course, but the payment model was a $27 a month monthly subscription. But a day later, there was a separate $500 charge on my account in addition to the $27 charge. I called them and asked about the additional charge. They said, you signed up for an hour-long consultation with Jane. I was flabbergasted and pointed out to them that I had thought that the checkbox was simply me agreeing to the monthly calls included in the course. You would think, especially if they're upselling something that costs $500, that they would list the price somewhere before charging it. Okay, that has to be illegal. If you're a lawyer, can you let me know if I'm allowed to just put, do you want to have a phone call with me? And if you check the box, then I all of a sudden can charge you whatever price I want. I feel like I should know this because I'm a business owner. But typically, in my experience, even if it's in like contracts with companies that I work with, we have a price that we're agreeing on. I am delivering service XYZ for the dollar value of $1 kajillion. So to just be like, hey, do you want to have a phone call with me and then not disclose the price? I feel like that can't be legal. Somebody please let me know. It seems super sketchy that I was shown a subtotal without that price listed and only approved $27, but they charged me $527. That's the other thing too, is like when I'm putting in my credit card information, I should know the total on the screen right there. So if I'm not charged the total, like if there's a discrepancy between what the computer screen is showing me and what my statement is showing me, I shouldn't be on the hook for that $500. That seems yikes. Luckily, they agreed to refund me, although it took 40 days to get the money back, so I had to keep checking in with them, which is exhausting. It's made me hesitate to buy another course. Also, the $27 course was all about mindset and affirmations and how to make my own course rather than actual social media marketing information. Womp. Womp. Yes, a tale as old as time. Even though it's only a $27 course, I mean, this has happened to me with like $17 offers I've bought, even $50 offers that I've bought, where once you pay the money, you get into the course and there's literally no substance. It's all like stuff you could have Googled, or in this case, completely irrelevant to what they told you they were actually going to teach you. So that sucks still. $27, you know, I could buy quite a few things with $27. Maybe not in this economy, but I could maybe get a couple like really tasty sandwiches from this delicious sandwich shop down the street from where I live. Anyway, that's irrelevant. Thank you so much for being here. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have a scam story you want me to read out here on the channel, the form to submit your story is linked down below. That's going to be it for today's video. I will leave you on screen here with a video that came out a couple weeks ago. If you didn't hear, there is a new MRR course targeting Christians. So that's fun. We love that. Take care. Comb your hair. I'll see you in my next video. Bye.